People talk about making M's, billions, right? 100,000s. Let me tell you something. If I just have 7 to 10 bands, I promise you, I am highly okay and satisfied. Because here's the thing, people can have millions and billions and still feel like they don't have enough. And that's fucked up, because then their spirit, mind, and emotions is all in a plunder of just feeling like they don't have enough money to be satisfied. And I'm not finna be in that same motherfucking boat. Like, no, I have a nice ad, you know what I'm saying, what I need to do what I need to do. Because here's the thing, yes, I want millions. Yes, I want billions. I would love to have that. However, I don't need it. Because here's the thing. 9 times out of 10, right? If you are a millionaire, billionaire, and you decide to do something for the community that allows the community to work for each other, and they do not have to go to these other businesses to pay for these businesses to supply them, when really they're using their own environment to supply each other, the motherfucker who's doing that is either going to be locked up or put in a horrible situation to where he can't be with his family. That's the fucked up part. We in this type of society, and that's fucked up. Because here's the thing: if say for instance, you can name anybody in the world that's either an artist or whatever in a high position, making a lot of money, right? Why? Say this again. Why? And as I say this, I'm gonna give a disclaimer. We're gonna put that on right here. We're gonna keep it right here. Let's get back to it. Why the people who's making so much money ain't doing things that allows the community to eat for themselves? And here's the thing, to bring this point, let me slide right here so we can get into that point. The people that are doing things for others, they don't put their name on shit. They just kind of be like, here's 100 bands, I need you to do this for the community, don't put my name on it, all right? Like, I get that, I 100% do. However, be that as it may, here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Why not come together with other billionaires and choose a city, an environment, a community, the block? Why not spend money? How about this? Let's put it in a bigger business aspect. Why not y'all come together, start a corporation or an LLC that, hear me out, that essentially take the motherfucking corporation, go to whatever city y'all have on the fucking map, pick one, throw a dart, you know what I'm saying, pick the city. Go there, go to the poorest part of the city, take a scope around the area, see what they need. They need a new school, bet. They need better grass in the yard, bet. They need better restaurants and places where children can play, and places where there's not a lot of liquor, and churches right across the street. You more have like gardens and community centers and places where people can have mental health and actual natural foods. Let's do that. Why the fuck do we need to have more and more people making M's, making hundreds of thousands, but not taking that same bread, going to places that need it? And because here's the thing, it's not like you're gonna take your money there and you ain't gonna make no more money. Nigga, if you can make 100 bands, guess what? You can make another 100 bands. If you can make M, guess what? You can make another M. If you can make $1 billion, you can make another billion. So, why not, like, I guarantee you no millionaire's gonna watch this. However, because I ain't gonna post this shit. However, in the grand scheme of things, if you hear me out, there is 100% chance if you give 50 to 60% of your billions or millions of dollars to a community that needs it, you're gonna end up making that same amount of money back. How? Because if you got yourself to that millions of dollars, you ain't gonna wanna go back to being broke. So when you give that money to people who need that shit, guess what? You're gonna be like, man, it felt good to do that. I wanna do that shit again. That's the type of timing I'm on. because that's what I want to see. I grew up having a family that actually shows love and wants to grow with people. And also embraces having a good time. So why the fuck not make the fucking M's or the billions and grow it and give it to people that actually never experience natural love, aka unconditional love. So here's the thing. I ended off with this. I'm using Snapchat. It stopped on me. Let's continue. If I, or maybe another artist, was to get themselves to that 100,000 to $1 million mark, I would love to see you start a campaign that doesn't have to be put in your name. You can pay someone else to be the face of it. You got money, right? You can pay someone else to be the face of it. So that way, you're not directly being put on the forefront of everything. You could be behind the scenes on some like say for instance, it's a grand open of a marketplace that you started. 1 second. Excuse me. If say for instance there's a marketplace that you started by putting money into it, you was there for the blueprint, you was there for the grand opening, but instead of you being like at like the specific environment where everyone sees you, say for instance you down the block across the street at the motherfucking parking lot that goes to like 10 floors and you can see the environment. You still a part of it, you just away from it because guess what? You don't want to put your face in that motherfucker. And I get it, you ain't got to, twin. I'm just saying, I want to see everybody fucking win. And I understand you gotta have winners and losers. But guess what happens when you put a loser that learned from his losses? You put a motherfucker together, you get winners. But if you only get winners with winners, you get motherfuckers that's trying to fight each other because all they want to do is win. What happens when you take the wins you got, open them up into opportunities that you can give to other motherfuckers, and then guess what? You give them back to other motherfuckers and you bring it back together like these. This is my TED Talk. One post is on Elevate the Combo. If you're seeing this, thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and yeah. If at any point in this video you laughed or enjoyed any second of it and actually was like, damn, this nigga may actually be saying something real tough, please share this with at least 2 to 3 people who would vibe with this, and subscribe to the channel, like for more. Have a good one. Peace out.